Hey, this is your boy the Duck coming at you from the truck today with kind of a question for you. I'm curious how many of you out there get off or enjoy or give credibility to instructors that simply dress the part. You know, I spend a lot of time at the range and I come across a lot of different instructors, and I'm always very weary of people that just simply fit into the cartoon character of what a firearms instructor is. And I know that I come off as kind of the anti-instructor sometimes, and I've had different ones make comments over the years. You know, I go to the range, I wear shorts, I show up in flip-flops. I typically swap them out to some, maybe some Hey Dudes or, some comfy shoes. But I'm not one of those guys that wears all the tactical gear, and I'm not Mr. Tactical, and, I don't wear all the, tactical pants and tactical shirts and, Molly on everything and all that kind of stuff. And it does make me kind of question and wonder, how many of you really care about that? I see a lot of instructors that, they get out of their vehicles and they look like a tactical magazine model. And then I kind of look at some of their instruction and everything's very military, everything's very law enforcement, the terms they use, the way they talk and interact with people. And I know there are some people that get off on, I want to be trained by an ex-Navy SEAL. Or I want to be trained by, some guy who kicked indoors in Afghanistan and, shit like that. And if that's your thing, I don't want to talk shit on that. But how many of you really give credibility to that? Joe Bruiser from Bruiser Industries, he did a video talking about that where, people kind of think Navy SEALs, all they do is shoot. But shooting is actually a very small part of what they do. But I am curious, like, how many of you really care about that? Do you really care about the guy you're learning, shooting from dressing the part? I mean, obviously information matters. Are they giving you quality info? And I do think there are instructors that dress that way that give wonderful info. But do you really care about the tactical looking guys? Or do you just want to learn good quality information from a guy who can just kind of kick back and relax with you and have a cigar? Maybe that's this kind of guy. So just curious if that matters for you. But throw it down in the comments. I'm curious to hear the opinions on this. So be safe, quack, quack. Talk with you in the next video. Later.